So the first thing I want you guys to do is to navigate to the main page on biology and navigate to the top of the unit, of the content resources, and get inside your biology mastery evidence portfolio, right? Now, once an assignment is due in the class, if that assignment, okay, was an opportunity for you to demonstrate mastery of a skill, now you've had a chance. And as soon as you have a chance at having the skill, I require the skill out of you. That's kind of how it works. Now, I don't know if you remember the first week of school we talked about this, but it's been a while, and it was just been learning how to study so far. And so maybe you forgot about this, but the way the grades work in this class are different. You're essentially chasing badges for mastery, right? The more times that you show that you can do a skill or that you know a concept, the better your grade gets, right? If you only show it once, the best you can get is a C, right? If you show it twice, you can get to a B. If you show it twice, but in more than one situation, that's how you can get an A. So when you finish an assignment, okay, so for example, that was just an assignment that was due yesterday. I expected both the modeling Earth spheres and the lab on the pond ecosystem to be completed, okay? So what you do is once you submit that assignment, okay, you need to also put it on your portfolio. Now I'm going to teach you how to do that right now. So pay attention, okay? All right, so here's what you do. First of all, if you open the assignment instructions, every assignment will tell you what subject that assignment belongs to, what skill you can demonstrate mastery for. So for example, if you're looking at my screen right now, this is the modeling Earth spheres activity, right? And it says right here that you can get mastery of functions in Earth and living systems, which is topic 1, UA1, topic UA1. What does that mean when it says topic UA1? Okay, so now if you look at your portfolio, and I'm showing you this to you right now, right? At the very, very top, there are links to the unit. On the very, very top, there's links to every unit, right? If you click on unit 1, because this is unit 1, topic A, so let's everybody click on unit 1 on your portfolio. Everybody do that. So make sure that if you click on that link to unit 1, it should automatically shoot you into the right part of your portfolio. Now yours should be blank because you have not yet put anything in there. Now don't do this if you haven't submitted the assignment. But if you have submitted the assignment, this is what you got to do. I will come over here at the course, right? I will copy the name of the activity, highlight the name of the activity and copy it, right? Right click and copy. Then go into unit 1, topic A, functions in Earth's living systems, and then right click and paste without formatting the name of that activity. But you should only do that if you actually turned it in. Don't do it if you didn't turn it in. If you didn't do your work, you never finished the class assignment you're supposed to do, don't do it, right? You don't have evidence of it. You shouldn't list it, right? But if you did do it, you need to put it on your portfolio. Do you understand? Everything you turned in gets logged in your portfolio. Now, what about this column here that says score? Well, as soon as I give you a score on Infinite Campus, or actually even on Schoology, I'm going to reply to your submission and give you some feedback. And I'll tell you, this is enough to score whatever. You should go back to your portfolio and write it there, what score you have. You can also use the column next to it to write comments that I left you as a reminder of things you need to fix or whatnot. Remember, you always have the option to turn in assignments late until I tell you it's too late to turn it in. Now, most assignments, which aren't quizzes or tests, they don't They have deadlines, which is by the time by which I expect you to have done it, but they don't have deadlines in the sense that you can't turn it in anymore. So say, for example, you did not do modeling Earth spheres. It's just an activity. It's not an assessment. It's not a big deal. The grades which are big deals are quests, bosses, and villains, right? Which are the projects, the quizzes, and the tests. But by the time the deadline of the assignment hits, I expect you to have done this assignment. So by now, you should have some evidence turned in that you know something about functions in Earth's and living systems. So in the grade book, the official grade book, there's a grade there that says functions in living systems. If you did not turn in this assignment, because you already should have evidence for that, but don't, you're going to get a missing grade on that assignment. So that's what I'm trying to explain. There's things that show up on your grade book. One of them just tracks if you did the work or doesn't, and that doesn't actually count for your grade. What matters is whether or not the grade, what you did shows evidence that you mastered the content, okay? So if you did it, you might get 100% for the activity, or a 70%, or an 80%. That grade, the grade you get for the activity, doesn't actually change your grade at all. It goes in a category called portfolio work, and it doesn't change your grade. It's just on the Infinite Campus just to track if you did it, okay? But because that assignment gives you evidence of functions in Earth's living systems, if you did it, you should also have a grade on the category called standard mastery, okay? A content mastery. You should have a grade for this content. Now, if you didn't do it, because you should already have shown me some evidence that you know it, you're going to get a missing grade for that content piece, right? So it's kind of like this. It's like I'm asking you a question. Do you know anything about Earth's living systems? And my answer to that is, I have no idea. The student has not submitted evidence, so missing. Now, the fact that this assignment is missing doesn't have to mean that you fail this standard, okay? Because you're going to have a chance to pass a quiz. You're going to have a chance to do a task. You can do extra projects to show mastery of the material, right? So if you do something else to show mastery of the material, even though this assignment is missing, it won't negatively affect your grade so long as you do something else to show me that you learned this material. But as soon as I have one assignment that requires that material and you have no evidence turned in, it will show up as missing for that standard, and that will hurt your grade, okay? Now, remember, only list the assignment on your portfolio if you actually did it. If you didn't do it, it shouldn't be there, okay? This is a list of the evidence that you've collected. If you didn't show it, if you didn't do it, if you didn't submit it, and by the way, it doesn't count if you started on it and never hit submit. You have to submit. So I'm going to go back to the assignment and show you, though, that there is a second place that you can also put that assignment, because this assignment also serves as demonstration of mastery of a skill. Now remember, 70% of your grade comes from skill mastery, 30% of your grade comes from content mastery. So skills are even more important than content. This skill is making models, right? Developing and using biological models. So again, you can copy the name of the assignment, okay? Back to your portfolio, go back to the top, and you can click on that skill, developing and using biological models. And if you click on that link, it will take you to the place where that is. And again, you can paste without formatting to actually show evidence of mastery of that assignment. But only do this if you actually did it. So do you understand? This assignment can be logged in two places, right? You can put it on the content and you can put it on the skill, all right? But that means, by the way, that if you didn't do the assignment, you are also going to get a missing grade for this skill of modeling because you didn't show me the evidence and I've already given you a chance. So if I've given you a chance and you didn't do it, you get a missing grade. You see how that works? Yes? So make sure you're doing the work. It's just that part is just like any other class. If you're not doing the work, you don't get a grade, right? You get a failing grade. Now, the important part that I want you to understand, every assignment you do, you have to log on your evidence portfolio that you've turned it in. And you have to put it on every skill that assignment hits. If you don't understand what I just explained, if you are lost or confused, and then come see me doing STL or later in class if we had time, talk to me about it. So you need to understand how to do this so that you make sure that you can get your grades. At the end of the semester, if your portfolio is all blank, then I can give you whatever grade you want because you have no evidence that you learned anything. Okay? The portfolio is where your evidence lives. So make sure that you're doing that from now on. Now, speaking of the modeling activity, if you do this, you're supposed to attach a picture of your diagram where you show the interactions. If you turned it in and it's not good, you're going to get a low grade. You're going to get an insufficient evidence of mastery, right? You have two options at that point. You can resubmit the assignment and get better evidence that you did well, or you can wait for the next time you have a chance to show that skill, modeling, and if you do better on the next time, your grade will get better, okay? So it's not averaged. It's like if you show multiple times that you can model, you get a good grade. That's how it works, all right? So that means if you fail this one, but the next one that we do modeling, you do okay, that's fine. It won't matter that you failed this first one. That does not mean, however, that you should just not do anything and wait for the last minute to try to show proof of mastery, because most people that do that don't get feedback, don't learn how to model better, and by the time the semester ends, they still don't have the skill. More importantly, to get better than a C, you have to do it more than once. So if you leave it for the last minute, the best you're going to get is a C. The thing. We also had to do a lab, right? And this lab was called the Pond Ecosystem Lab. Now, this one is cool because you can actually use this for evidence of 4 skills: asking questions and hypothesizing, analyzing and interpreting biological data, using mathematics and computational thinking, and engaging in arguments from evidence. Because throughout the gizmos, you do all those things. You hypothesize, you make predictions, you analyze data, you actually do averages with the data to calculate what this average is. You justify claims based on evidence. So this lab can literally help you with 4 skills. Do you understand that? Okay. But here's the problem. If you didn't do this lab, now you have had a chance to show me 4 skills. So if you didn't do this lab, 4 skills on your grade book will show as missing, because now you've had a chance to show those skills and you didn't do it, right? You understand what I'm saying? But if you did do it, you should do this, which I'm going to show you right now. You copy the name of the lab, you open your portfolio, and you put that on those skills. Asking questions. So you go up to the top and you go to asking questions, and then you paste that if you actually did it, always without formatting, so it looks nice, all right, when you actually keeping up the thing. And you repeat that for every single skill that was hit in that lab. Now, do not submit an incomplete lab that's missing a bunch of stuff, because if you do, you're obviously not going to get a good grade for the skills anyways. Finish it first, then submit it. But understand it that as soon as the deadline hits, I expect that work from you. And because I expect that work from you, I expect evidence for those skills. And if you don't have evidence for those skills, you're going to get a missing grade. All right. So that was the talk about the portfolio.